Star Liam Payne, what we know about those now behind bars and their connection to the singer's final night. Good morning to you. This is Eyewitness News at 11 a.m. We're live on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. I'm Philip Palmer.
And I'm Irene Cruz in for Giovanna Lara. Plans and preparations are underway for the state funeral for former President Jimmy Carter. He died yesterday at the age of 100.
Eyewitness News reporter Jaysha Patel joins us now live in studio. And Jaysha, we now have a date for a funeral.
We do, Philip and Irene. We know that Jimmy Carter's state funeral will take place on January 9th in Washington. Carter passed away at his home in Plains, Georgia yesterday, and tributes are pouring in, remembering him as not only as a former president, but also as a humanitarian and friend. This morning, people in Jimmy Carter's hometown are remembering him.
Plains will always have President and Mrs. Carter here. They're always going to be here in spirit. And I mean, in every little thing that goes on here.
Family members recalling fond memories of him.
We were all sitting around a table, and he had been governor, and just very nonchalantly just said, oh, I have something I need to tell y'all. And, you know, everybody's like, okay. And I don't think anybody even stopped eating, you know. It was like, okay, you know. And he said, I'm running for president. And my dad said, president of what? And he said, the United States. And my dad said, oh, yeah, right. And we just all laughed and went on about eating.
President Joe Biden has issued a proclamation ordering American flags to be flown at half-mast for 30 days in the wake of Carter's death. He recalled their 50 years of friendship yesterday.
Millions of people all around the world, all over the world, feel they lost a friend as well, even though they never met him. And that's because Jimmy Carter lived a life measured not by words, but by his deeds.
President-elect Donald Trump also chimed in, saying Carter did everything in his power to improve the lives of all Americans. Carter was a graduate of the Naval Academy and a Sunday school teacher. His most notable achievements as the 39th President of the United States include the Camp David Accords and the initial efforts in creating U.S. energy policy. Jimmy Carter and Rosalind, his wife of 77 years, also founded the Carter Center, which campaigns for human rights. Their work with Habitat for Humanity also brought them to SoCal, helping build 16 homes for low-income families in San Pedro. LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn shared a photo of her and Carter back in 2007 when those homes were built. She said, quote, Jimmy Carter's extraordinary public service didn't end when his presidency did. For decades, he has remained an icon of kindness and humility and a champion of peace. President Biden has also marked January 9th as a National Day of Mourning. Live in studio, Jaysha Patel, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Jaysha, thank you. Well, here's something you don't see every day. Quiet on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Before the opening bell this morning, traders paused for a moment of silence to honor former President Carter. The Stock Exchange also announced it will close on January 9th in observance of the National Day of Mourning in recognition of Carter's passing.
Stay with ABC 7 as we continue to follow the passing of Jimmy Carter. We will follow tributes as they come in for the former president on air and online on abc7.com.
Well, new details this morning after a suspect was shot during a confrontation with police in Bell. The LA County Sheriff's Department says it happened a little after 10 last night when officers responded to a domestic violence call. Investigators say the victim told police she was being assaulted and gave a name and description of her alleged attacker. When officers arrived at the scene, they say the suspect came out with a rifle and possibly a handgun. He was shot and taken to a local hospital where he's in stable condition. He's expected to face charges.
We're learning new details about a body found in Rancho Palos Verdes over the weekend. Saturday afternoon, LA County Sheriff's homicide investigators were called to the bottom of a hill near Pelican Cove. An unidentified adult was discovered several hundred yards down the cliffside. A hiker notified authorities when he spotted the body. Investigators say this adult appears to have been deceased for an extended period of time due to severe decomposition.
A ban on indoor and outdoor wood burning has been extended through midnight tonight due to a forecast of high air pollution. The ban includes much of Southern California, including the non-desert portions of Riverside, San Bernardino, and LA counties, and all of Orange County.
Certainly been cool enough to have a fire at home, but the tough air quality and well as red flag warnings just around the corner. Let's bring in Shayla Girard, who's tracking what we can expect. Shayla?
Yes, we have a lot going on as we head into the holiday weekend. Some hazy skies for some. We saw quite a bit of cloud cover this morning, but that is moving out, especially for inland areas. Downtown LA, though, still seeing some hazy skies, 57 degrees for you. So it is cool out there. You'll want the sweater, the jacket today. 56 for you in Van Nuys, Los Angeles in those upper 50s. Wrightwood coming in 50 degrees, but toward the coast, 60s for most of you. Redondo Beach, Long Beach, both coming in those low 60s this morning. And it's not going to get much warmer than that for many. LA, Orange County coming in those mid to upper 60s. Valleys, Inland Empire just making it to the low 70s. So you'll notice temperatures very similar to what we were feeling out there yesterday. Beaches and high desert both in the 60s as well. Mountains only making it to the 50s this afternoon, and low deserts just making it to those 70s. We are, though, once again talking about red flag warnings and the return of some Santa Ana winds. Now, this is going to be kicking off tomorrow. You might have felt a breeze already, but those aren't those Santa Ana winds just yet. We'll break it all down in the full forecast, plus what this will mean for your New Year's plans. That's all coming up. But for now, Philip and Irene, I'll toss it back to you guys.
Okay, Sheila, we'll check back in a bit. Thank you. New at 11, 5 people have been charged in the death of former One Direction singer Liam Payne. A hotel employee and a waiter Payne met in a restaurant are accused of supplying him with drugs. The other 3 people are charged with manslaughter, including a businessman who was with Payne in Argentina and 2 managers of the hotel. Toxicology reports showed drugs and alcohol were in Payne's system when he fell from a hotel balcony in Buenos Aires and died last October.
An appeals court has rejected President-elect Donald Trump's attempt to overturn E. Jean Carroll's sexual abuse verdict. Carroll accused Trump of sexually abusing her in an upscale department store dressing room in the mid-90s. An appeals court has upheld the $5 million award in the sexual abuse case. Trump denies the attack ever happened.
President-elect Trump is throwing his support behind Representative Mike Johnson for House Speaker. Trump wrote that Johnson is, quote, a good, hardworking religious man who will do the right thing and continue to win. Friday, Congress is set to meet to elect a speaker.
A new texting scam you need to be on the lookout for.
How scammers are now targeting anyone who may have used a toll